Accreditation is a program administered by the International Association of Business Communicators to create a global standard, to establish that standard, and to create a mechanism whereby business communicators all over the world can measure themselves against that standard. And we call that the Accredited Business Communicator designation for those who've completed the process of an application, a portfolio submission, an examination, which upon completion, successful completion, allows you to be an ABC, Accredited Business Communicator. When we evaluate the overarching data that the survey that the study presented to us, we found that the accreditation program for the association and for the profession is sort of a gateway to learning and advancing the practice of strategic communication management. That's not just a value for a member of IABC, but it's a value for anyone who is in the profession of organizational communication or employs someone who is. We also found that accredited business communicators added strategic value to their organization and to their clients by practicing this standard, this high standard of strategic communication management. And lastly, we found that accredited business communicators increased their credibility and respect of themselves, their departments, their organizations, their industries, and the communication profession. So those three things are high-level results that we got from the survey, from the study. When you go through the process of becoming accredited, you find that you're forced to think strategically. The portfolio requirement that you're asked to submit work plans and work samples, two different work plans and work samples, not just looking for the work you've done, but they want to know why you did it, what was the strategic goal, the overarching goal, the purpose, what analysis you had that helped you find the right approach to be taking, how you identified the right markets to communicate with, the audiences you want to appeal to, the measurable objectives and the timelines that you want to establish. And those are very important because when you evaluate the results at the end, that's tied to those measurable objectives. And the approach of having a plan, executing to your plan, and measuring the result at the end, this is the basis of what strategic organizational communication management's all about. And if you weren't thinking that way before you became accredited, by going through the process, you become calibrated that way. And then I don't believe that you really approach any communication task the same way ever again. You always look at it from a strategic point of view. You'll find that many times someone will come into your office and say, I need a brochure, I need a video. It's not really thought out. They have a vision in their mind of some product, but they haven't looked at it from the standpoint of what's the real need or opportunity or the problem that we need to address and what's the best way to do it, because it might not be a brochure or a video. And a strategic communicator is going to look at it from the standpoint of, before we go ahead and act, we need a plan. And before we have a plan, we really need to know where we are now, so we need some kind of analysis, perhaps some research. And then that will suggest to us what's the best plan. We can put together a professional plan, execute it professionally, and then we're going to measure. And that measurement needs to be tied to those original objectives. So you're looking for some kind of movement or some kind of change where your managed communication effort has caused the numbers to change because of what you did, and change it in the way that the business or the organization wants it to be changed. And that's an approach that I think people don't take until they are led to think that way.